guys, it's me Sylvia back with another video. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a very special day. Everything has come to this moment right here. My palette is available right now on bhcosmetics.com. I'm telling you, pause the video right now, go down and click that link and cop yourself a palette. Especially if you are a loyal S Club and you love following along my tutorials. I'm gonna be doing so many different looks with this palette in the upcoming videos. That way, if you guys just have it at home, you can follow along and create these looks to the T. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna split it up kind of vlog style so you guys can see the very special moments of me going to hand deliver my palette to some of my favorite people, friends, family, just people that mean so much to me. So it was really cool to give them the palette in person, actually see their live reaction. And then later on in the video, I'm gonna do a full face makeup tutorial of the look that I'm thinking of doing for my launch event. Let's get right into it. I'll roll the vlog footage now. You may have heard I have a palette coming out, so we're here for it. I wanted to hand deliver one to you, basically. Thank you. Love you. Oh my gosh.
I really like the packaging. I love the shimmery shades. They're so cute. We got an olive in here for me. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to try it. Love it.
Here it is. Thank you. I'm gonna cry. Open it up. Oh my god, this is so cute. Why would you do this for me?
Oh my god, Sylvia!
Hello. I'm so proud of you now. Oh my god. Wait, you're not actually crying. I knew she would love that. I told you guys, fellow Libra. Housekeeping.
So extra.
Hello.
We're like mugging each other. The visuals though. Like I need to speak to someone's manager about these visuals. Ooh.
All right, you guys, are you ready to see who we're delivering to next? Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Catherine. Look who it is. All right, I haven't seen them in so long. I thought I'd stop by and give them a little special delivery. Ooh. Oh my god, this picture's beautiful. Thank you, Photoshop. Okay. One for you and one for Mama. She used my makeup. Really? I catch her, go into the mirror. That's what I used to do. A little beauty guru in the making. Next up is Leia. How often?
Is that Gucci?
Aww. What is this? Wow. Oh, this is the cashmere. Dang, I'm gonna be ready to open up the gifts this year, huh? For Christmas? Christmas. No. Okay, now we're gonna be on to the next delivery. Santa's got a job to do. Let's get out of here. Now I'm hanging out with some of my girlfriends from Canada. Guys, I have a surprise for you, little do you know.
What is it? Such an evil laugh, honestly. Better be an animal. I don't like most things that crawl.
Why would it be something that crawls? I'm not David Dobrik. You get a palette! You get a palette! You get a palette!
This is beautiful.
Sylvia, this is so beautiful!
Can we all just like look at Sylvia on here?
That's fire. Expectation, reality.
Reality.
Stop, you're not crying. You're gonna make me cry. You see guys? Ah, they love me. So I'm back home now. Right now I'm waiting for my best girlfriend to come visit. All of my best girlfriends from Canada have flown in this week for my event, so I can't wait for her to get here. But she should be here any minute, so we're gonna surprise her with the palette as soon as she gets in and see what her reaction is. Okay, she just knocked, she's here. Hello. Hey, come on. Say hi to the vlog. Who is that? That's your best friend. I'm like so excited. Where's your shade? Ginger! Yeah! Yay! Matches. It's perfect. It's the perfect shade name. Yay! I've been waiting to show my mom my palette for so long. Mom, are you ready? Oh my goodness. And I named this one for you because you're my queen and I know that you love bronzy shimmer shades. So that one's named for you. Love you, Mama.
I love you too. I'm so proud of you.
Oh. Next up, we're gonna see how Adam, my little brother, reacts to it. Quit playing on your iPad for a second and open my new palette and tell me what you think of it.
Oh my god, I love it.
Of course you do.
Wolf Prince channel. I like a bear.
Yeah, I named that one after you, duh.
You called me bear.
Of course, I love you.
But I'm not a bear.
You're my bear.
I love
Are
it.
you proud of your big sister?
Yes!
Props it.
I'm more than proud.
Aw, I love you, Angel. We're gonna do a look with that, a video, you and me.
Okay.
Love ya.
I love you too.
It was super last minute, so there were a lot of people I wasn't able to include in that little montage, but you know who you are. I never thought that creating something like this would make me feel so fulfilled and so loved and so supported from everybody around me. It really just has been a positive light in my life. So again, a huge thank you to everybody who is a part of that and making me feel so freaking special. I wish I could hand deliver one to all of my S Club out there, but stay tuned. I'm not gonna say anything, but there might be a lucky few that are buying the palette that might get a little something special with their order. Now let's do the full face tutorial of what I'm planning to do for my event. I need long wearing makeup and I basically need to look the best I've ever looked. So this is gonna be like the makeup tutorial of all makeup tutorials. Let's get into it. I'm gonna start out with eyes today. I know I normally don't do that, but in honor of my palette, we gotta go in with it first. I'm too excited. First up, obviously, I'm gonna prime my lids using my favorite primer, MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. For sure, I need to prime my lids to make sure the shadow lasts all night for my event, and the shadows just go on bomb on a primer, so I definitely recommend using one. I always do. You guys know this. And before going in with eyeshadow, I'm gonna also just apply some transparent tape. You've probably seen this little trick. I do it sometimes to make it easier on myself after. I don't have to go in and, you know, clean up the shadow after. I just take off the tape. So now let's go in with my baby. First, I'm gonna use Channel, this beautiful mustard shade. And you know I'm gonna use the big ass mirror in my palette because it's so convenient. I'm gonna take that and actually just pack that on the outer corner of my eye using a fluffier flat brush. So just packing it on kind of like this C shape on the outer corner. So now I'm gonna blend that out using a clean blending brush. And I'm also gonna kind of just sweep it in to the inner corner. And that technique of packing it on first and then blending it out using a clean blending brush is gonna really just force you to work on blending out that harsh line and disperse that shadow evenly across your lid. And because we have that tape there, we don't have to worry about being too careful near the tail of our brow here. You can go ahead and just flick your brush all the way down and onto that tape, and it's still gonna give us a really nice clean finish when we take the tape off. Let me zoom you guys in so you can really see what I'm doing. My dress for the event is gonna be black and gold, just like my palette, so I still wanna do like a glam eye, but I don't wanna do anything too bold and crazy because my dress is like so extra. So I don't want any like colors on my eye to compete with that, but I still want to glam it up, you know? For the first time ever, I'm actually getting something custom made. Shout out my bomb designer, Brian Hearns. I feel like such a superstar. He's creating the coolest dress. So excited. So once that's blended out and nice and diffused, which should be easy because this palette is bomb, it'll just do all the work for you. Like in all seriousness, you know how sometimes mattes can like apply patchy or they're just difficult to blend out? These are not like that. They will glide right on. They really make it easy to work with, and I feel like this palette is just like perfect formula, especially for beginners because they're pigmented, but it won't be overwhelming. You can still work with it, still blend it out, all of that. So now we are ready to move on to the next shade. I'm gonna go in with Ginger, which is that burnt orange shade. It looks way brighter in the palette than it actually applies. It applies more of like that brownish orange. So don't be afraid to use this one just because of how it looks in the palette. I'm gonna apply that right into the crease using a smaller blending brush. First, kind of like dabbing, packing motions when you have the most product on your brush, really just depositing that color on there. And I'm gonna bring it all the way to the inner corner, kind of as if you were doing a halo eye. And just be careful not to bring it too high up, but don't be afraid to get it on your actual like mobile lid, this part. And now go in with either the brush that you used for the mustard shade or just a clean blending brush and diffuse that orange into the mustard, making sure you're getting rid of that line there so you don't see where the mustard shade stops and the orange starts. It's just gonna be like a nice gradient. And blending takes time, girl. You just go back and forth really lightly until it's diffused. I can't wait to do some looks using Rebel too, by the way. That blueberry shade in the palette. I know people are like scared of that shade, but when I show you what you can do with it, you're gonna die. So both shades are on, blended beautifully into each other. Like, don't those shades look perfect together? You would never really think to put the yellow and the orange together, but they look bomb. If you are more just like a browns and neutrals girl, I feel like you'll still love these shades on your lip. Now, right away, I'm gonna go in with a lip pencil and some concealer on it, and I'm gonna cut the crease. I'm gonna do one eye at a time because I wanna immediately put on the next shadow so it sticks on there. I'm going in with Goddess, that yellow gold, and I'm gonna pack that on with my flat brush right on top of that concealer. And I'm telling you, this is not just any gold eyeshadow, this is the perfect gold. That yellow kind of undertone really makes it look rich. And even though that's so intense already, I'm gonna show you guys if you damp your brush and go back in, and it'll give you this metallic finish. It's gorgeous. Be careful not to go above that crease that we cut. And then with whatever's left over on my brush, I'll just tap on the edge here to blend those shades together. Before going in with lashes, I always like to line my lash line to help hide the band of the lash and also just make your lashes look thicker. So I'm going in with Unapologetic, the black shade in the palette. And I'm just gonna take that on this angled brush from BH Cosmetics, the number 9 brush. This is from a beautiful brush set. And that's another reason why I love BH Cosmetics, you guys. Their brush sets are so affordable and bomb quality. So for sure, if you're in need of makeup brushes but don't want to spend too much, I definitely recommend trying out their brush sets. I'll link some of my favorite ones in the description. So now let's apply mascara. I'm gonna use the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir mascara, which you guys know is one of my favorites. But when I recreate this look for my event, I'll probably opt for some waterproof because let's be real, I'm too emotionally unstable to last all night without crying. I know it's gonna be an incredible night, and I definitely don't want to cry off all my makeup, but this mascara is so bomb. Look at that. Ooh. And if you ever do what I just did and accidentally get some mascara on your shadow there, go in with a clean spoolie brush after it dries and just scrape that ish off. For lashes, I've been loving the style Cans from Lily Lashes. These look bomb on my eye shape because I'm so deep set. It won't cover up my lid space. It'll still show off the shadow. They're super wispy and spaced out. So there we go. The eye look is basically done. I'll finish up the bottom lashes and bottom part after I apply my concealer. So now that we're done that shadow on the upper lid there, we can take off this tape and you're gonna see we're left with a clean cut. Doesn't that just make your heart happy? My OCD is chillin'. So now let's move on to the rest of the face makeup. For primer, I'm gonna use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Adam came to say hi.
Hi.
Adam's my little brother, he's 7. If you don't know, he loves being in my YouTube videos because this is my event and I need my skin to look perfect. Also need my base makeup to be super long lasting. For foundation, I'm going in with Estee Lauder's Double Wear Stay in Place makeup, and they ain't lying when they say stay in place. That's why I want to use this for my event. It is very long lasting, it's full coverage, it's gonna give me that flawless finish, and it's gonna last all night long. When I'm turning up on the D-Flow and being a hot, drunken mess. Love that for me. I've been working so hard on the launch, the palette, everything. Oh, can't wait for my event so I can let loose. So let's apply that everywhere with my beauty blender. For sure, using a beauty blender is my favorite way to apply foundation. I feel like nothing else can top it. Blend that ish down your neck, on my ears. We want this to be unclockable in all my photos because you know I'm gonna take a lot. Gotta commemorate the moment. I told you guys, I'm basically treating this like my wedding. This event is gonna be the greatest thing of all time. There's gonna be shirtless men walking around with my palette and everything. Your girl did not play when it came to this event, okay? I literally am getting everything I wanted. Like, I freaking love BH. Thank you for doing this event for me. I wish I could have my whole S Club there, but I'll be sure to document it well on my Insta stories so you guys can feel like you're there with me. So now let's do brows because my face feels like something's missing right now. But I'm gonna use the MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint. I love this because you can be so precise with imitating little brow hairs. I like to extend my brows and fool everybody into thinking that they're longer than they actually are. So this does a really good job of helping me do that. Catfishing 101. I also extend the tail of my brow. So when the product is applied on your brows, you're gonna look crazy like this. It doesn't come with a spoolie, but you're gonna need to use one just to help blend that in and make those lines not so harsh. Otherwise, it just looks like you drew everything on and it's not cute, you know? So there we go, brows are on, looking fresh. Now we can do the concealer. I'm gonna use Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I've been liking this one even more than Shape Tape recently. It's just not as drying. Full coverage. It's gonna make my under eye look flawless, cover all that discoloration and dark circles. And I used a lighter shade than my foundation to brighten. When you highlight and contour, it makes the world's difference in pictures. So I'm for sure gonna highlight and contour my face to death for my event. And a little trick, I go in with a second layer after the first layer dried with just the tiniest bit right on that inner corner. And I wait like 30 seconds to let that kind of dry down a little bit before blending it out. And that'll just really give you that extra full coverage in the inner corner and brightening to make it look so smooth and like filtered almost. And don't blend it out too far. You want to just keep it in that area. I'm also going to highlight the bridge of my nose, crooked AF, my bad, center my forehead, Cupid's bow, and chin. And this will give us that Hollywood glam red carpet complexion. Now going in with Maybelline's Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Light. I'm going to pack that on my under eye and bake. I definitely will never skip this step for a big event or taking pictures. This is going to set the concealer, prevent creasing, really brighten the under eye, and make sure it doesn't smudge or budge all night long. It's really a lifesaver. You're going to want to keep that on for a couple minutes. You guys know the deal. And whatever's left on my beauty blender with that powder, I'm going to press into my T-zone because I get so oily. This is going to just really set that T-zone to prevent those oils from coming through. Since I'm using all my favorite like long-lasting products and showing you guys the techniques I do for events, use this tutorial for like any holiday events or any parties or anything that you really want your makeup to be long-lasting at. While that sets, I'm going to go in with BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in Bronze Babe and apply that in my hollows of my cheeks. I feel like this is a really good dupe to the Too Faced Soleil bronzer or even the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's much more affordable and will definitely give you the same look. It's the similar shade, similar formula. Honestly, I actually like it a little bit better than the Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's less patchy. For sure, a great affordable bronzer from BH. And I'm also going to contour my nose since we'll be taking pictures. I want it to look straight AF and snatched. Now let's dust off the baking powder and reveal that beautiful, brightened, smooth under eye. And sweeping that brush, whatever's left over of that powder, all over my face to set it. Now I'm going to go in with blush using the Caribbean Coral Blush from BH Cosmetics. It's a mixture of this peach and pink shade. I've been loving a more rosy, bright cheek. I mean, to be honest, it's because I've seen Kylie rocking it. It looks so good. I feel like it makes your cheeks look so youthful, and this is a really great blush. Has a little bit of shimmer in it too, so in pictures, when you're smiling, it's gonna make the apples of your cheeks stand out and like glowing. Next up is highlight. I'm gonna go in with both my highlights in my palette. First going in with Libra, which is this beautiful peach highlight. So I'm gonna apply this as a base on my cheekbones first. This formula is more finely milled, not much glitter in it. It just gives you that natural like wet looking highlight, which I prefer that kind of formula for like a daytime highlight. It's less clockable under the natural sunlight, but because we're doing the makeup for my event, I'm gonna go in with Opal over top of it. This is a great highlight topper because it has a lot more glitter chunks in it. It will take your highlight to the next level and reflect the light like super intensely, which will look so bomb in photos. This is gonna give you that Instagram highlight that you can see from space. Look at it. I was not lying. I'm gonna take Libra down the bridge of my nose as well. This is just gonna help with that contour and highlighting, making it look straight. Just make sure it's all blended together. I like to go in with my beauty blender that has nothing on it, maybe some leftover foundation from earlier to help blend it all together. Before we go back into the under eye, I'm gonna go ahead and set my entire face because we're done with the face makeup. I'm using Urban Decay's All Nighter Setting Spray because this will lock it all into place. From all setting sprays I tried, I feel like this is the one that makes your makeup the most long lasting, but it doesn't really add any hydration to make my skin look like skin again because we did use a lot of powders. I'm gonna go in with MAC Fix Plus setting spray to do that. So now we got that staying power, but we also have what I really like to use a setting spray for, which is just melting it all and making your skin look hydrated and glowy and make your complexion just look more natural and less cakey. So now we're gonna finish up my under eye. We're gonna follow the same order of the shadows I did earlier. So first using Channel and applying that to my lower lash line, flicking it up and into the wing here towards the tail of my brow. And now going in with Ginger, closer to the lash line, creating that gradient and connecting it to the orange that we have on our upper lid out by the outer corner here. Now going in with Opal, I'm gonna take that on a damp brush and pack that on my inner corner for a super blinding highlight. If you're using it for an inner corner like this, it's important to damp your brush because it does have a loosely pressed formula. This is gonna make sure that powder sticks together and sticks onto your inner corner. And you know what? I'm gonna add the shade Prince on there as well just to really intensify it. We're gonna also apply that on my brow bone. Now I'll pop some of that mascara on my lower lashes, and the eye look is complete. Last up is lips. I'm gonna use MAC's Strip Down lip pencil with their Creme de Nude lipstick. This combo is my OG favorite MAC lip combo. It's the perfect brown nude. I used to wear it all the time when I worked there, and it literally goes with like any eye look. So I'll probably wear this lip to my event. And there we go. This is how the finished makeup look turned out. I love it. Even though we use some colors in the lid, they're still very earthy toned and they look amazing. I'm so excited for my event. I'm excited for the launch. I'm so glad that you guys are excited about the palette as I am. Don't forget, the palette is out right now, so you can go down below, click the link and get yours. Can't wait to see the looks that you guys come up with. Tag me if you recreate this one too. But that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe because I have a lot more crazy fun ideas with my palette in the future. You guys are gonna love it. And then check out these other videos of mine if you haven't seen them yet. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you even more if you bought my palette. I love you guys. Bye. Bye.